Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now recently I made a video on some of the rarest drops that people have ever received and you guys really enjoyed that video, so I'm going to make a follow-up one today. Now in the previous video I really focused on drops that were gotten at the same time or close together, but today I'm going to be a little bit more loose because sometimes insane luck doesn't come back to back but comes within a couple of kills. Now before I get started with the video guys, I want to talk about a problem I've been having a lot recently. Now, as most of you know, the RuneScape servers have been hit by DDoS attempts quite a bit over the last couple of months, and there are new restrictions in place temporarily that limits the amount of world hopping you can do. Now, if you go over that limit, you can get temporarily IP banned for like 2 to 4 hours, which I've had that happen to me constantly over the last month. Now, the only solution to this I have found is by using a VPN, and that is why I'm really happy to say that today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Now Surfshark allows you to seamlessly change your location to somewhere else, which then allows me to log back into the game and finally play. Now not only does Surfshark allow me to play RuneScape again, but it also allows me to watch my favorite shows from 15 of the Netflix libraries from around the world. Personally, I have been really wanting to watch the show Twin Peaks, but I can't because, you know, Canada. While using Surfshark, your data is always going to be encrypted, which is so important as the average person spends 6 to 8 hours a day online. But as we all know, to the average RuneScape player, those are rookie numbers. But another feature I really like is the hack lock feature that will notify me if my password has been compromised. And this has actually happened to me before on one of my old accounts, and I lost all of the money on it. Now you are able to try Surfshark risk-free because they do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you want to go ahead and give it a try, there will be a link in my description. Click on the link and enter the code FLIPPING to get an 85% discount and 3 months for free. Now there is some sort of order to these images. I am going from what I perceive to be the least rare drop out of these 15 or 16 images, which is still going to be extremely rare, up to the rarest. However, I'm not going to be calculating the drop rate for each one. Because a lot of these images would require someone much smarter than I to calculate the exact drop rate, and instead of just totally getting it wrong, I'd rather just put them in what I perceive to be the best order. Now first up here we have a user submission by the name of Veesta, who for a change was actually killing the gargoyle boss and managed to get a granite hammer and a granite ring in the exact same drop. And I didn't actually know that the Grotesque Guardian had 2 rolls on the drop table. But apparently they do because this person managed to get 2 in the exact same drop. Now first up here we have a drop by SageZZ, and this player got everything from Skatizo in 1 kill. They didn't like literally get everything, they didn't get an uncut onyx among some other things. Okay, first up here they got a hard clue scroll, which you know what, 100% chance of getting that, not that rare. However, they did hit the elite clue scroll as well, again, not that rare. Then they got 3 ancient shards. They got the Dark Claw, which is a 1 in 25, and on top of that, they got the Skatizo pet, all in the exact same kill. And as far as I'm aware, getting 3 ancient shards is already kind of rare, as you only have a 1 in 60 chance of getting more than 1. So yeah, in my opinion, a pretty loaded drop. Now next up here, we have a player by the name of Jesuiscanard, who, well, first up here got a Primordial Crystal on kill count at number 63. The kill right after that, they managed to pull a Smoldering Stone, and then right after that, they managed to get an Eternal Crystal, meaning they got a back-to-back drop from Cerberus. Now the drop chance of getting a unique from Cerberus is 1 out of 128, which means the chance of this happening is about 1 in 2.1 million, which is absolutely crazy. Now next up here we have a player by the name of Matalkon, who was just going ahead and killing some Callisto in the wilderness. And on kill count 2102, they managed to get not only the Callisto pet, but also the Tyrannical ring in the exact same drop, which is so lucky. The Callisto cub is dropped at a rate of 1 out of 2000, so they managed to hit that drop table and hit the pre-roll, which was for the Tyrannical ring, which is 1 out of 512, which means this has about a 1 in 1 million chance of happening. So you should go ahead and buy maybe a couple lottery tickets after this. Okay, so next up here we have a really interesting one. And that was actually from a hardcore Ironman who managed to get a shield left half from a mystery box. Now I had never heard of this happening before, but it's possible because whenever you open a mystery box, you have a 1 in 15 chance of hitting the rare drop table. Now once you've hit the rare drop table, you then have a 1 out of 128 chance of then hitting the mega rare drop table, unless you are wearing a Ring of Wealth imbued, but Let's be real here, who is doing that when they're opening a mystery box? And then from there, you have to hit the 1 out of 32 to get the shield left half. Now that only makes the drop chance 1 out of 61,000. However, we have to keep in mind, how often do you really get mystery boxes? It's not uncommon to get them, but you're not going to get more than maybe a couple a week maximum if you're playing pretty frequently. So the fact that this person managed to get a 1 out of 61,000 pull from a mystery box, and it was on the Hardcore Ironman, makes this pretty damn lucky, and more lucky than the actual drop rate would indicate. Okay, next up here we have a really lucky player by the name of Grinding299. Now this player managed to both get the Bandos pet and a Godsword Shard 1 in a single Bandos kill. And on top of that, they're only on kill count number 16, which means they really have not been at it very long. That's a kind of another really rare drop I'm looking for. A pet and a unique item on kill count number 1. That would be absolutely insane. Now the chance of getting any Godsword Shard from Bandos is 1 out of 254. And the chance of getting the pet is 1 out of 5,000, which means the chance of getting this is 1 out of 1.3 million. And again, on kill count number 16, this player is so goddamn lucky, and it looks like they have a green mustache. Alright, next up here we have a player by the name of Kivimies, who, look at this, they're doing a medium clue scroll, only their 6th one, and they managed to get 5 uniques in a single clue scroll. Now, not only did they hit the maximum number of rolls, they also managed to get a unique every single time. Now, ballpark this at maybe a 1 in 100,000 chance of getting any random 5 uniques. So it's not as rare as it looks, but it is still really impressive. And the fact that you can maybe only do 15 or 20 clue scrolls an hour means it would take quite a while for this to reoccur. Alright, next up here we have maybe one of the most lucky players to ever do the Theater of Blood. Now, I have been looking for a long time for a back-to-back to back-to-back. It's very infrequent. Now, this player almost got it. It was so close. And to get that type of luck at raids 2 is ridiculous. So on kill count number 411, they got an Avernic Defender. On kill count number 413, just 2 later, they got a Justiciar Chest Guard. The raid after that, they got another Justiciar Chest Guard, and the raid after that, they got a Grazi Rapier. Now, they could have been a little bit more lucky with the actual items, but they were so close to a back-to-back raid. Now, I don't really know what kind of team size this person was in, but I'm going to say the average drop rate for an item per person is about 1 out of 36. Now, if this person had gotten these items back to back, that's about a 1.7 million chance of happening. As it stands, it's going to be a bit less because they did get 1 extra raid in there without anything, but it's still going to be extremely rare. And at raids 2, where you can only maybe do 2 or 3 an hour, hitting a 1.6 million chance is pretty damn lucky, and you're probably never going to have that happen again. Okay, I'm actually have to start putting some Iron Man trigger warnings. But next up here we have a player who managed to get 3 Dragon Warhammers already, and they've only killed 809 Lizardman Shamans, which is so ridiculous. The drop chance of a Dragon Warhammer is 1 out of 5,000, which means loosely the amount of Lizardman Shamans they would normally have to kill to get 3 Dragon Warhammers is 15,000, which means they're about 15 times under the drop rate. For example, Settled killed like 26,000 Lizardman Shamans before getting a drop, and this person did it in 809 kills. That is just disrespectful. Okay, so next up here we have a extremely lucky Ironman by the name of Egirl Patrol, and I've never seen a drop like this before. Now this player, I was doing some Winter Tot, they went ahead and opened their loot crate, and they not only got 1 Phoenix pet, they got 2 Phoenix pets in the exact same crate. Now that is just bamboozling and a little disappointing, I guess, because you don't really get 2 pets, it just says you got a second one. Now the way that the Winter Tot crates work is it's about a 1 in 5,000 chance of getting the pet per item roll. However, the amount of rolls you get is determined by the amount of points you got in the game, which means you can get up to 28 rolls. So as we don't really know how many points this player has, the rarity of this is going to scale dramatically, going anywhere from around 1 in 100,000 all the way up to 1 in 25 million. Depending on their point total, but regardless, that is ridiculously lucky. I've never seen a drop like that before, and come on man, you gotta share. Okay, next up here we are going back to the Chambers of Xeric, and this player has a pretty low kill count of about 49, and on their 49th kill, they managed to pull a Dexterous Prayer Scroll as well as the Ohm pet. Now based on the amount of points that they got, they had about a 1 in 75 chance, more or less, of getting a unique roll. And the Omelette pet is only ever rolled when you get a unique at a rate of 1 out of 53, which means the chance of this happening is about 1 in 4k. Not too ridiculous, but literally 3 raids later, they get it again. The exact same drop, a Dexterous Prayer Scroll and the Omelette Pet, and they only had like 11,000 points, which is crazy. If that was back to back, it would be pretty close to a 1 out of 16 million chance of happening. But as there was a couple raids in between, it's not as rare, but still absolutely ridiculous. Now just breaking the top 5 has got to be the luckiest Nightmare duo I have ever seen. They managed to get 4 Nightmare drops in a very short amount of time. Now the first drop at kill count number 247, they got the Inquisitor's Plate Skirt, and on 248 they managed to pull the back-to-back Nightmare item, and just in case you don't know, Nightmare drops are really rare. I mean, they did make them a bit more common with an update, but still. Now, okay, 1 back-to-back, that's pretty damn lucky, but then just a few kills later, his duo partner manages to pull the back-to-back again at kill count 253 and 254, both times getting a Volatile Orb, which on its own is about a 1 in 360k chance of happening, but when you consider how slow it is to kill the Nightmare, how rare the drop is, these 2 players may be the luckiest duo to ever do the Nightmare. Okay, next up here we have an extremely lucky player who has only killed about 260 Hydra. However, look at this guys, on 257 they get a Hydra Leather, on 258 they get another Hydra Leather, and on 259 they get a Hydra Claw, bringing in the back-to-back. The loot tab from 128 kills is worth 114 million GP. And like I said, they only killed 260 Hydra so far. The drop rate of the Hydra Leather is 514, and the drop rate of the Hydra Claw is 1000, which puts this drop easily into the 1 out of 10 million range. Okay, next up here we have a player by the name of Aristo, who probably has the best Bandos luck I have ever seen. Once again, they managed to pull the back-to-back-to-back, but not only the back-to-back-to-back item, they managed to get the pet as well. Now this player managed to get Bandos Tassets, a Bandos Chestplate, and the Bandos Pet at kill count number 7. That honestly hurts my brain. The chance of getting a back-to-back unique item and the pet is about 1 in 80 million. Now coming in at the second spot again is another Zulrah image. Now this player is on kill count 3,300, which means, I mean, they've done their dues to Zulrah. But look at this drop. They managed to get a Serpentine Visage, an Uncut Onyx, and a Jar of Swamp in a single kill. Okay, so Zulrah items drop at a rate of about 128 per kill, but as this person managed to get 2 in a single kill, the chance of that happening on its own is about 1 in 65,000. However, this player managed to also get a tertiary drop, which is another 1 in 3,000 chance, which means the chance of this happening is about 1 in 196 million, which makes you pretty much the second luckiest person to ever kill Zulrah. And coming in at number 1 today is actually Zulcano. Now let's have a quick look here. Now even though this isn't the same person, this group of Zulcano players managed to get a back-to-back-to-back pet. Now the drop rate for the small Cano pet varies from 1 out of 2,775 all the way down to 1,500, depending on how many points that you have. Now assuming they have the max amount of points, if this was actually in the same person's name, it would be about a 1 in 3.3 billion chance of happening. Now that's not the case, but still, it's just so incredibly rare. Now because it's not in the same person's name, it's not as rare, but still, I think it deserves the number 1 spot. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate it if you left the video a like. If you have any other rare drops you want to share with me, hit me up on Discord, email, or even Twitter. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.